you're always having to relearn how to accept your circumstances, because even if it's the same circumstance with your health, like you have the same chronic condition you've had your whole life, so other circumstances in life change, and so those changes can make it harder for you to accept, because you want to help those around you, and or you might be depressed because you're not getting your dream fulfilled, or you're feeling miserable and you don't want to feel miserable.
Oh yeah, I played all of Bioshock Infinite, but I want to say that was the week before last. That was a really good game. That's probably one of the best games I've ever played. Like, hands down. I've played a lot of games in my life. Good morning, guys. First off, I want to apologize for being so absent in the vlogs for this past week now, I think. I want to say it was a week ago today. I got really hit with like really bad back pain, and it just kind of knocked me out pretty bad. Well, it was neck and back, but I saw my PCP on Tuesday, and she gave me a Toradol shot, which I didn't react to, and she upped my prednisone, which I'd just been weaning off of. She's doing a taper thing, so we bumped that up to really massive dose, and I'm going back down to my weaning dose. And she gave me muscle relaxers, which so far I have not reacted to. I'm not gonna get my hopes up though, just being very realistic about this. But thankfully those medicines do seem to be helping with the pain. But I have an MRI, I feel like sometime this week. I don't remember, I need to check with Mama. But I've just been really hurting a lot. Basically, I've been in my bed, in my room. I've just been keeping to myself a lot. It's just been one of those weeks where it's just, I had already been having this weird like emotional stuff going on. It's just, you know, those kind of moods you get in. I kind of am feeling like that. Long story short, something had been like said that kind of like triggered something, not by like anybody here or anything. It was something I read, and someone said something that just happened to hit me right or wrong, I guess, and it just like got me in one of those down moods about everything, you know, and health-wise rather. And it was just, I was having a hard time dealing with everything and coping. And so then once the back stuff hit, it was kind of like one of those one more thing on top of everything. And I was just having a really hard time coping, and I kind of pull into myself a bit when that happens. And I really have to make myself go out and interact and do things, and vlogs are really hard for me to do sometimes when I'm like that. So I'm sorry I was absent, because I was in a lot of pain and having a hard time talking to people. I've just mostly over this past week or so, I've just really been in my room watching a lot of Netflix and trying to do reading. I was reading a lot. I had library books that needed to go back, and I wanted to read them, so I had to go back, which I did. I was very proud of myself. I did finish those books. And I've also been doing some writing. I have binge watched the second season of The Crown, the first season of Luther. I intend to finish Luther. And oh yeah, I played all of Bioshock Infinite, but I want to say that was the week before last. That was a really good game. That's probably one of the best games I've ever played. Like, hands down. I've played a lot of games in my life. That was a really good game. I mean, I would say it's not for the faint of heart, because I have a friend who plays a lot of games and she can't play it, but she's a faint heart, so it's not for the faint of heart. But to me, it was a really good balance, and I'm really picky about what kind of creepy stuff I like. But it had this nice balance where it could get kind of eerie and stuff at times, but it had action, and it was very story and character driven at the same time. And it was just, oh my gosh, I still can't get over that. I still can't get over it. Like, I'm gonna be playing that game again and just analyzing everything. And I want to get, there are like these companion games you can get to it, and I want to get those. And I plan to get the first and second Bioshock games, because I got Bioshock Infinite because that's the one I've been wanting to play for several years. So I got that one first, but I plan to get the first and second now that I definitely know I love it. But yeah, right now I am downloading Mass Effect to my Xbox. I got Mass Effect Andromeda. I don't know why, but I'm starting with like third games in these series. Don't judge me. But yeah, I've got Mass Effect Andromeda going right now. It's had an update. I don't know what that's all about, but you know, it's updating or whatever. So once that's done, I'll do that. I think I might try Overwatch later too, because I have Overwatch and I'm so excited about that. I watch a lot of gameplay videos on YouTube. I love gameplay. I don't know why. It's like something I watch when I'm sick. I love gameplay. One of my favorite channels has been Cherry Tales. There are these siblings that do gameplay, because gameplay can be kind of foul sometimes. And theirs is really clean. They do really clean gameplay. There's not language and trashy stuff in it, and so it's just like really nice and calming to watch. Well, not always calming, funny, but not always calm. But so I really like watching their channel. But yeah, Overwatch is one of the games I love in gameplays, and so I have Overwatch now, and I'm excited. I'm really excited to play that at some point. Some of my friends have it, and so we'll probably be playing that sometimes. Only disappointing thing is Rachel has it, but hers is on PS4, not Xbox, so we can't play together, but she can still play it. I am rambling though, and I hear Rachel awake now, so she's going to be coming here at any second to say good morning, probably with a hedgehog, so I'm gonna run, and my game is halfway there. Told you. Okay.
Good morning, guys. It's actually late afternoon, but I didn't feel up to figuring out how to hold the camera this morning, so I woke up, lots of pain, joints were trying to make themselves known. My whole esophagus was hurting, my eyes were hurting, my head was hurting, my muscles and skin were hurting, everything was hurting. Joints still really hurt, and eyes and all that still hurts, but not as severe. But it feels as if my organs are having a hard time functioning. My stomach, it feels like my heart's just barely being under control with my blood pressure medicine and my heart rate medicines. And my brain feels like sludge, and my lungs, they're struggling. I'm probably gonna have to take a breathing treatment in a few minutes. And it's frustrating because I want to get a lot done, but I can't, so I'm accepting that today. But some days it's hard to accept, but I'm just like, I'll do what I can, and I just have to learn to accept what I can do. That's something you're constantly having to relearn with chronic illness, because it's different based on the phases you're at in life. Like right now, it's harder on me because Kaylin can't do much because of her anaphylaxis. Hannah's not been able to do much. And Mom has been so busy trying to help us with all our health struggles and manage her own health that she's not been able to get much of her to-do list around the house, like decorating, done. And so we still have to decorate for Christmas, and that's really getting to her and making her stressed. And so I want to be able to help with that, and I want to clean my room and do dishes, and I want to decorate my bedroom, and Just none of it's getting done. Thankfully, at least I did get some dishes done and the hedgie boxes cleaned yesterday. But I just wish I could do more. So, but to my point, you're always having to relearn how to accept your circumstances, because even if it's the same circumstance with your health, like you have the same chronic condition you've had your whole life, so other circumstances in life change, and so those changes can make it harder for you to accept, because you want to help those around you, and or you might be depressed because you're not getting your dream fulfilled, or you're feeling miserable and you don't want to feel miserable. Whatever. I think it's hard to accept at certain times than others, and so right now I'm just trying to accept it for where I am right now. And yeah, the hedgehogs have been comforting me today, though, giving me cuddles and all. I can see sweet little Trill sticking her head out of the hut. She's hungry and wants a snack. She's sticking her nose and twitching it at the food bowl. She's so cute. So they have been helping me, giving me cuddles and encouraging me, and I've been chatting with my friend Mills, which is encouraging, and I've been watching anime, because I was in too much pain to do anything that involved a laptop or holding the PS4 controller, so I just laid here with the anime on. I'm watching one called Glass Slip, which I've been wanting to watch for a while, and so I'm watching it on the Crunchyroll PS4 app, which is really helpful. Oh, she wasn't hungry. She's thirsty. Sweet little mama bear. But, yeah, it's nice to be able to have the anime to distract me when I don't feel good, especially distract from the pain, because the pain was really, really high this morning, and I needed the distraction. But I have some coffee. I did something different today, and the other day, one of my Swedish friends had posted a picture on Instagram of some apples and cardamom cafe, or orange cardamom coffee, and I loved the idea. And I don't like spices in my coffee. However, that's usually things like gingerbread spice or pumpkin pie spice coffees. I just don't like spice in my coffee. But cardamom is my favorite spice, and I love orange, so I thought maybe if I put the two together I'd really like it in my coffee, and I wanted to give it a shot. So when I was making coffee in my mocha pot, to the coffee grounds, which I grind myself, I added some cardamom and some freshly grated orange zest, and so it cooked with it, and it's really good. I really like it. Don't taste the cardamom too much, which I think is good for me since I don't like spices in my coffee too much. But the orange makes it really fresh and reminds me of chocolate oranges and sort. So I really like it, and I'm happy I decided to do that. So it's a nice treat. It's actually cold now because I was in so much pain. I didn't want to lift my mug for a while because I didn't want to move my joints that way, and just thought the weight of the mug on my wrist was too much. But I can drink it cold. It's fine. I think it's better than reheating it. I think the flavor would be better if I drank it this way than reheating it, because reheating it wouldn't be as good for the flavor. But it's okay. So I'm just gonna cuddle more hedgies, drink more coffee, watch more anime, and in a bit, once I take a breathing treatment, I'll see where I can go from there. So it won't be too long for the breathing treatment, but I want to drink more of the coffee before I take it to see how that affects my lungs, because if the coffee helps enough, I might not need the breathing treatment. We'll see. I am completely and utterly exhausted. I hope I don't forget to get Caroline's video footage for the vlog tomorrow. I'm so worn out, guys. I felt really, really bad all day long. And just about when I was about to nap earlier, after my second asthma attack, the second one causing mild wheezing and tingling lips, I took my second breathing treatment, and then I was about to take a nap, and Hannah asked me if I wanted to watch Naruto. So she only had, at that point, like 50 episodes left, and I couldn't say no. It's like, okay. And so she took my bedding back there and my PS4 so we could use the Crunchyroll app. And we laid on her bed, because it's a nice big bed, and it's comfy. And so we both just laid down there and watched Naruto for hours. And so that was good. She's getting so close to the end, guys. It's hard for her to believe. Me too. But she's trying to get really frustrated with all the filler episodes. I'm like, you feel my pain. And so yeah, it was good to watch Naruto with her. At least if I have to be sick and feeling miserable, we can both be feeling sick and miserable together while watching Naruto, because she's also sick and miserable today. Because if you have to be miserable, better be miserable together, especially when you include anime in that. I mean, really. So, we got a whole lot of progress done on Naruto, though. I don't remember exactly how many episodes, but it was a good amount. And so hopefully we can watch more tomorrow. But hopefully we'll be feeling better tomorrow. But I'd like to feel better and watch anime. Anime doesn't have to be restricted to when you feel miserable. But I don't know what's up today. It's like my organs have all hated me. It's like my medicines have barely controlled my heart rate. When I took the breathing treatments, I had terrible palpitations. My stomach, my lungs, my eyes have been hurting, and they've been having the hardest time focusing. Feels like my brain is hurting and like it's coated in sludge. My esophagus has been hurting. I've had all these problems, and I just don't know what to make of it. My only guess is it could be the dysautonomia, because dysautonomia affects the whole autonomic nervous system, and so it could be explained if it was the dysautonomia flare that's just causing my whole body's symptoms to malfunction. Because I don't know what else could be causing it, guys. The pain this morning, though, felt like a fiber flare, because it wasn't just my joint pain, it was also terrible muscle and skin pain. And the pain's continued, but overall the whole organ and fatigue has been worse. But I made it through today, so that's what's important. So I'm gonna get some sleep, and thank you guys for watching. I would love to hear from you guys, and if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. Good night. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.